Welcome and hello and hello and welcome and welcome and hello and hello and welcome. Happy hump day, you miserable humps, you pikers, you paper handed, hamster on crack, trading in and out, selling the dip and smelling the rip turds, the turd army, your head turd, Danny Deals. I am here. Guys, I know this is a little bit frustrating. We all thought, at least we suspected. I mean, I realize, the smart money is in charge of the stock. And let me say, I am here. It is not just my disembodied voice. It is me. It is I. It is Danny Deals, your buddy, your old friend. And once again, I know I use this line, but you say, I don't have a buddy, Danny Deals. I say, you do now, friend. Welcome and hello. Welcome and hello. Let me greet you, say welcome and hello, greetings and salutations. Buenos dias for all my friends throughout Latin America, Mexico, and the greater Caribbean. Guys, welcome and hello, hello and welcome. You see the graphic, guys. They just have the knives out for SoFi. If you look at the numbers on this company, it doesn't really make a hell of a lot of sense. But it is what it is, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, the ER is going to matter. But the point is, if you control the starting line in terms of the price action, you control the range of outcomes that can happen. I mean, it's just common sense, guys. SoFi trading down 11 cents. This is an old SoFi, an oldie but a goodie. Racks and stacks and the best on wax. It's your buddy Meggy Chin, Kenny Tinkle, coming at you with the greatest hits of the 60s, 70s, 80s. And today, we've got one for you. It's the Bee Gees. Anyway, guys, it harkens back to my days as a horrible student DJ and so many failed careers. It's not even funny. In every form of the lower rungs of the entertainment industry, and I'll fail once again here on the last line, the dregs, the toilet of the quote unquote entertainment industry here on YouTube, because Google put anybody on. You don't even have to have an agent. You don't have to have a reel. All you have to do is know how to, breathe and tie your shoes, and they'll give you a show. Oh boy, these guys are so good. I feel like I'm on America's Got No Talent. Oh, I love you guys. But anyway, no, I hate you guys. I can't remember day to day. I might have some issues. But guys, I want to talk SoFi, of course. There's so much to unpack with what's going on, but basically, the issue is they HFT the thing to the level they want. They're willing to burn shares. They're willing to borrow. They're willing to do whatever they have to do. And then days like this, there's heavy borrowing, so it looks like they're just following basically, the same chart as Upstart, the same chart as a firm, which essentially they are. It's the mountain and hump pattern. It's the same. The Nasdaq is up a 1%, 172 points. Dow, S&P up a little bit less. Russell just up marginally. Oil's up a tiny bit. I haven't really gone over all this macro stuff. Gold steady. Yeah, nothing major going on in the markets. Just kind of a continuation, I think, of big tech. You had Netflix do very, very well this morning. Some other things going on, but you can see the algo absolutely locked on, bleeding it sideways. You should recognize this angle, this pattern of sideways and downward bleeding, if you're a SoFi fan, because the stock bleeds more than a stuck pig. Hey, as my friends down Oklahoma say. You guys ever tried to catch a pig? It's not easy. I have caught a pig and roasted that baby in a big old smoker. Anyway, guys, what's going on? Hope everybody's doing well. Not a lurker holding us down, the Unpoco Moss family. All of us here would like to say welcome and hello and hello and welcome. Guys, I'm going to go back to my notes because I do have to keep this one quick. But essentially, guys, here is the thing I just want to focus on, and I want to stay focused. These guys predicting a 1 cent loss, the revenues, this 4 to 6 cents for all of 2024. they're either incredibly stupid or completely dishonest. That's all I can say. I am not a numbers guy. I am a big picture guy. I'm an idea man. I throw things out there. I throw enough shit at the wall and see what sticks. But guys, again, I'll make the point. I was the only one that I know of, the only serious analyst. Pardon me, got a frog in my throat. Mm, tap water. Oh, delicious. It's not even filtered, I don't think. I can't remember if I used the filter thing or not. But guys, so people are like, what are these estimates? I mean, I think next year we're going to make something more 14 cents. And this quarter, I've already told you I'm looking for 3 to 5 cents. And a lot of people, they kind of laugh, they snicker. They're like, "How do you get there?" I was watching Tanner's, one of his live broadcasts. I think it was just yesterday, and he was a little bit puzzled because he's like, "Okay, management always delivers or exceeds what they tell you, but management is giving us such a leap in EBITDA between Q3 and Q4. It just, what if you deduce, basically their full year guidance, you say this, his head was ready to explode because he's like, this just doesn't make sense because it's too much of a jump, but management is always conservative and always beats what they say. And I say, guys, we may have a paradigm shift in Q4 that none of us peons is privy to yet. Even somebody like Tanner, who breaks news on SoFi and has sources at SoFi, and I know people who work at SoFi. I don't have any inside information or any, of course, they're not like, the corner office people, but I hear things, and I think this quarter is going to be exceptionally good. I think Noto has been pointing to us retail investors and just giving not so subtle hints for quarters now. Q4, Q4, Q4. Everything is focused on Q4. And I think a lot of people think this is just like absolute cash flows and it's all straight up and that's how accounting works and it's all, completely above board and it's just black and white and there's nothing subjective, there's no decisions. Guys, these guys are finance guys. These guys can massage numbers, finesse numbers, work over numbers, take numbers into the back room and just, punch them right in the eye. These guys can move things like, and I've said this before, the same way last time you had the huge write down in Q3 that gave us, that big, gap net loss. Course adjusted it was 3 cents, but with all the, with the write down, it was like what, 29 cents or something. I can't remember. I have to pull it back up. But the point is, guys, when you're getting from a 3 cent loss to a 3 to 5 cent gain, something has to change. You have to be, and what I'll point to is everything's trending in the right direction for SoFi. Um, the revenue increases, the member increase in Q3 was huge. And a lot of people are saying, oh, the app downloads, the web traffic doesn't support the continuation of that. They're looking for, high fives in new members. Again, I'm looking for 829,000 new members. Q4 has historically been very good for SoFi. People are like, well, you're not counting on the Swifties, are you? You're just a big fat asshole. Taylor Swift isn't all powerful. I'm like, first, she is. She doesn't even own her music, and she made $1 billion self-made. Okay, so shut the fuck up. I don't like the music, but it's like people that like to hate the Kardashians. It's like you don't know how they actually are. They figured out how to play stupid people and make a ton of money, just like the market makers. So I don't know. It's off on a rant, but Q4 guys, football, concerts, the SoFi name keeps penetrating the ether. It's leaking into the brainstem of the American public. It's becoming a household name. It's becoming sort of a blue chip name to the younger generation looking for an absolutely stable, absolutely safe bank. And when people talk about, oh, the contagion from the regional banks, the contagion from Silicon, SoFi has absolutely no exposure to any of that. SoFi got out of the crypto business so that they could go back to the government and say, look, we've been good boys and girls. We haven't been naughty. We've been nice. And if old Santa Gary Gensler or whatever the fuck the guys' names are that run the federal, OCC, all that stuff, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. I'm not in comptrol, and neither are you guys. We're just retarders, guys. But the point is, how do they get from what everybody's saying 1 cent loss to that 3 to 5 cent gain that I think they're going to get. And I think it could be 5 cents. And if we hit 5 cents, guys, this fucking stock is going to go parabolic. And these shorts are going to need a new pair of fucking Depends, a couple of bottles of Just for Men, and probably 3 or 4 airplane bottles of tequila, because they are going to, have a sore behind if this is what I think it is. And what they're setting up, what Noto's setting up, do you guys think Noto is not a competitive person? I mean, do you guys really believe that? This guy was a fucking all-American football player. He went to the United States Military Academy where he was head of his class in, I believe, mechanical engineering. Then he went on to train as an Army Ranger. I don't think he saw active combat and stuff like that, but he doesn't really play that up. But come on, guys, who amongst us is a fucking Army Ranger? I won't raise my hand. Certainly not me. I'm a big, fat suburban douche. But that's neither here nor there, guys. This isn't about me. Let's bring it back to Noto. You think Noto is just rolling over and taking all this just beat down, this illogical, knives out, let's kill SoFi, let's short SoFi, all this stuff in the media? Do you think Noto doesn't have a plan? Do you think he's just accumulating like $60 million worth of the stock and going, well, I hope things work out? These shorts, these rascals, oh, these little stinkers, like, oh, they're bad. No. The guy is crafting a plan to assassinate these people on wax. It'll be like Nas. It'll be like Ether. That kind of diss record. God, Nas was good. Fuck. I miss hip hop back when it wasn't just Latin guys like mumbling like Boricua, Boricua. Like I mean, what the fuck are you guys talking about? All music is morphing into sort of, mumbling. It's just fucking ridiculous. And that and Coldplay. I, I, I I'm at a loss for words, guys. Something I never thought would happen. But anyway, back to my thesis, my focus. It's me. It's 2024 Danny Deals. I'm focused. I'm different. No, it's still me. I am leading the charge, guys. I'm pumping. I'm shameless. I thought it was really funny, that thing. I'm gonna get sidetracked again. So let me just go before I get into that Tanner versus that shirtless hairy back guy. That was such a train wreck. God, I love the internet, because you can just bring on different personalities. Like, some people think they're so great, they're coming across so great, and they're just so confident, so alpha, and they just keep repeating the same things, and they've bought into their own intellect, and it's it can be something to watch when you just you're like, oh yeah, can you tell me for the 17th time that you're a CPA, as if that's like something on a higher order than like a brain surgeon? I mean, come on. Anyway, guys, that's neither here nor there. But I want to go back, guys. Yesterday we went over data driven's investing in article in Seeking Alpha that was right here. It's called SoFi will likely beat on revenues and EPS in Q4 2023 and FY 2024. I would also recommend this article, but I want to just go back to something he wrote on Data Driven Investing's website. And this guy is the numbers guy. If you think that fucking Goodwill Hunting was good with numbers, yeah, him and his mop have nothing on Data Driven Investing, because this guy's the fucking best. Okay? 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 Open your fucking ears, jackass. Frank Rizzo! Oh, God, I miss the Jerky Boys. Yeah, is he burning him up? Oh, no. So he physically injured you? He's like, well, I was initially hurt by his words. Did you sustain an injury? He's like, well, I fell down the stairs and my shoes fell off. And I don't like that. Oh my god. How high were those guys? God, my older brother, the unfrozen caveman lawyer, um, hope you're doing well. I don't think he watches this crap because he's very busy, with a exciting career in the law and, his kids and all that stuff. So he obviously doesn't have time to watch this crap. But he brought home the this cassette, like a bootleg of the Jerky Boys. It was like prank phone calls. I was a little cat. Oh my god, we listened to that so many times. Fucking hilarious. Sort of influenced my idiotic sense of humor heretofore. Thank you, Nautilurker. Appreciate you. Time for a little filtered tap water. I completely agree, Doug. Ether was absolute fire. That fuck with your soul like ether, will you not? No. I forget the lyrics. I haven't heard it in many, many years. But he's like, will not. I can't remember. I think it was a Jay-Z diss. He's like, you Taibo ho, you 40-year-old taking a karate class. It was just so fucking personal. Like, you look like a camel. Think girls are into you because of your looks. It's fucking like it's like some cold-blooded shit, man. But man, that's when disses were disses, like fucking Eminem hitting that guy, that white rapper guy. Is like, now you're a cowboy. Oh my god, some of those disses in like the early 2000s were just fucking epic. Pablo Honey, Flint Creek Soap Company, dude. Pablo Honey, that was a classic. Like, Pablo, what the fuck is it? What was that talking about? He's a little, he's calling, he's like, he's a little Mexican kid. He's throwing stuff around. He's just talking to random people on the phone. He's talking about, throwing his wife off the roof because the roofers were, I had a guy over here, they're chasing each other around with the fucking hot mops. I got up there, you know what I'm doing? He fire me down off the roof into the yard. Another one, he just wants his ex-wife's house demolished while she's on vacation. So, he just calls up a demo company and just basically tells them the plan that like his wife's out of town and she's a bitch. So just demolish that. It's a small little black house. Guy like has no idea what to make of it because it just sounds like some authentically Italian guy just with some idiot plans. But he was calling legitimate businesses like, we don't even pull prices here. That's just not the kind of lot we. Oh shit! It's like, I can't work like that. You buy the car, I'll break your fucking head. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really talking about SoFi. I do apologize. Let me get back to this article. I digress. As usual, I have the attention span of a hamster, dosed with methamphetamines and being spun in a circle on a Ferris wheel. Okay, so this is from just after the Q3, ER. And I just want to point out what they did in Q3 and how things are trending, how we get to that 5 cents, guys, how we get to that nickel, that nickel, that nickel. That's what we need, guys. Not cadmium, not zinc. We need nickel. You need plenty of nickel in your diet. So I recommend you guys swallow a nickel. No, no, do not do that. Do not eat change, you idiots. Yeah, Sizzle Chest. We got some fans out there. All right, guys. I know Jerky Boys got really popular and they put out CDs and stuff after, but I swear to God, when you're a little kid, and I wasn't that little. I mean, I was still pretty big, rotund, portly, generous, a gentleman of generous proportions, as they say. Even as a youngster, even as a baby, I was just a giant, looked like a giant turkey. Like a giant hairless turkey. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Ben G, Crank Yanker. Yeah, Crank Yanker. Guys, I gotta go. I can't get going on Crank Yankers. This is Niles Standish calling. I'm an earl in a beard, which makes me an earlobe. It's like, okay. Just I'll be needing a reservation. It's just, calling for a hotel reservation as royalty, just for no reason. This is Bircham. Yeah. Kid's got a head. Kid's got a head like a mini fridge. You don't got a helmet that'll fit him. Maybe we put a Coleman cooler in some hot water. Yeah, kind of form it to his head. Bash him in there. He's a tough kid. Um. Anyway, just random stuff. Adam Carolla is very odd. Very very odd. Adam Carolla's humor is not for everyone. Saw him do stand up and absolutely fucking bomb. Backstage is just, oh my god. But all the success, Adam. Your hairline and your eyebrows don't really, don't really separate, and you look like you just swung out of a tree. But you're a good dude, and everybody loves you. Anyway, guys, royalty merch, guys, take double it. You guys are all over it, man. Oh, whatever they pay. He's like, how much is the room? He's like, it's gonna be 1,300 or whatever. He's like, oh, double it. So what? Just makes no sense, but it was funny the way he said double it. Okay, guys, everybody's leaving the stream, and I don't blame you because I'm just absolutely rambling. So let me go over my actual thesis, what I came here to talk about, and end this fucking live stream before you guys all jump out a window. So members 565, 717. Let me point out they grew membership by like 11% last quarter alone. And those 11% were working. And those were good members, guys. Those were student loan refi guys. Those were depositors. These aren't your pikers. These aren't your, freebies. These aren't your Groupon people. These aren't your fucking, slow lane people. These aren't your flatliners. These aren't your grandparents coming in from Arizona with a fucking Tommy Bahama shirt and a fucking gift certificate for a 2-for-1 down at Shoney's. You don't even have Shoney's out here in Los Angeles. You can't even use the fake gift certificate that's actually a coupon. Didn't even cost you anything. You got it in the mail. Don't bring it as a gift. Not interested. Can download it on the internet. Have an app. Can do it on my phone, olds. You blue hairs don't know. I can do all this on my phone. All your fake gifts, they're all downloadable. Save it. Save it for somebody who cares, Sizzle Chest. Student loan originations, guys. This is the number to watch out for. Hint, hint. This is the number to watch out for. Hint. Tanner asking me, how do you get there? You're stupid. You're fat. You're old. How do you get there? I'll tell you how I get there. Student loans, look at the trend. The trend is your friend. They were expecting 680 million, they got 919. New deposits 2.7 got 2.9. Lending revenue beat. Financial services revenue small beat. Only a small miss on technology, and that was about 2%. So not great. A beat on, the earnings minus the charge was 3 cents. They were looking for a little bit worse. Adjusted net revenue, again, a beat. Adjusted EBITDA, huge beat. Like a 15% beat there. So just keep that in mind. EPS 1 cent beat, or 4 cents, kind of based on what Wall Street was looking for. Only miss was a tech platform. Okay, members, awesome. I'm not going to go through all that. Here's the trend, guys. This is what I want you to pay attention to. Look at the trend over the last 3 quarters. And I want you just to keep in mind, this is when things kind of got out of that panic phase. And I think, they realized last year inflation was not going to just run away and just ruin everything. Okay, they were going to get it under control. They thought it might be very painful, but a lot of people were very, very sort of doom and gloom back here, end of 2022. So if you look at this, like Q1 2023 customer acquisition cost is over $400. The next quarter, it comes all the way down into the low threes. And then Q3, it's all the way down to 250. And I've been telling you what's going to happen in Q4. You fucking idiots. You turds. You don't listen. You want to buy short-term leaps. You want to stab us in the back. You want to crush us in the testicles. That's not what we need, guys. We need our testicles. We need our back. We don't need any knives. We don't need a steel toe boot right to the groin. That doesn't help us, guys. Same team. Same team. You don't turn around and kick your teammate right in the nuts. So stop buying these little fucking weaselly calls. If anything, sell options, you dummies. A lot of you guys know that. Most of you guys know that. But guys, so look at this trend. I mean, look at the reduction. I mean, again, we did see this over here into Q4, and then it goes up again with the spend in Q1. So look at this trend here in 2021, guys. It's the same trend on 340, 300, all the way down to 250. And we're seeing that same basic deal. So if if we have record members, 829,000, which we're going to because I say so, and I'm in charge of my own deal. I'm the director of my own movie, as Jim Carrey says. If you guys ever have an opportunity um, to watch a Jim Carrey, I believe it's a graduation speech about how you're the director of your own movie and you don't have to put up with bad actors and bad scripts and bad shit because you're in charge and you can just change it because your life's a movie and you're in charge of it. So do the shit you want to do and stop worrying about what the peons and the ants think. Okie dokie. Enough of my aside there. So, guys, I'm just telling you, look at the trend and look at what happened here in Q4. Now, Q4 2022 was a reduction over Q3, but you don't see the same trend. But just assume this trend kicks up and this from Q3 to Q1. I'm just saying, this isn't anything beyond the realm of possibility. They went from like 310 to just under 250. Well, they're already at 250. So say they get this down to 190. That's going to be a major cost reduction and a major contributor to the bottom line. I'm not saying that happened, but I'm saying people are saying, how can you possibly get to 5 cents? It's not beyond the realm of possibility at all. And remember, this was written back in November, and if anything, management has gotten more and more bullish since then. So you turds make of this what you will. You're a bunch of fucking morons anyway. I do hate you guys, but this is not financial advice. This is the rantings of a, disjointed thinker. Some would say genius. Some would say idiot. The truth probably lies somewhere in betwixt or in between. There are many facets to Danny Deals. I am a complex 90s man. I am sensitive. Okay, I saw Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Okay, no, I didn't. I probably fell asleep like 3 minutes into it, but I'm about as deep as a fucking gutter. You can't even see your own reflection because all you see is algae and maybe a wrapper from a 7-Eleven hot dog. There's nothing good about waking up next to a cold 7-Eleven hot dog, guys. Anyway, on to deposits. Deposit growth. I'm sorry, guys, I can't read your comments. I'm deferring to Not a Lurker, my associate, my trusted associate. I just don't have time, and plus I don't care because most of you only say stupid stuff, and you're a bunch of turds. So good luck. And I just want to put up my tile again just because it's funny. It's Jamie Dimon with a turd on his head, and then SoFi bowling pins. Um, and then he is bowling the parrot's head to knock over SoFi. You know, it's not really, you don't really have to decode it, and it's very, very stupid, but that's the level of, that's what I'm working with, guys. It's not for everybody. So if you're looking for an adult show full of thoughts that make sense, fuck off and don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, you fucking turd. Go watch Stock Mo. He used to teach at the high school level. I think you're going to really like what I got for you. No, Stock Mo, I'm not. Massive losses? Unbranded black baseball caps? Do you have a course I can pay for? My God, you're fucking morons. And people want to get mad at Tanner for charging for some in-depth like data analysis he does. It's like, that's not a scam. That's a straightforward offer. The guy's probably put like thousands and thousands of hours into SoFi, and he's still giving everything for free. If you just listen and pull your head out of your butt, probably everything in that course you could discern from what he's telling you. Because if you're like me, you're not somebody who goes that in depth into numbers. But if you're a numbers junkie, if you're a math junkie, and you're somebody who likes to monitor the company very closely, I think it could be, an actually really good investment. The guy who was arguing with him, um, that Harry Beck, like skin infection guy, who I don't know why he like shoots the thing up his nose and no shirt. I didn't get it, but um, like, can you clarify? Are you a CPA? Can you run? But actually, I watched one of his other videos. He's actually pretty smart, pretty funny guy. It was just, he busts the scammers, and those are good videos. It's a fun channel. But it's just funny because that's not like just because, and everybody's like guilt by association. Oh, you did a video with Jeremy, so you can't do guilt by association, guys, because anybody on YouTube, all the YouTubers are trying to get views, they're trying to get subscribers, like they're trying to make money. All of them besides me. That's the name of the games. I don't give a fuck. You can go fuck yourself, for all I care, and I'm not. I have nothing to sell because I don't do all that like kind of research he does where it's like, the guy does more research than a Wall Street analyst by like a factor of 10. And then he's saying, okay, for $300 or whatever, you're going to get a lifetime of all my stuff. So it's like, come on, like it's not that much money. But like, oh my God, it's so much money. The price you're charging. Look mad. Come on, dude. Lighten up. Like, what happened to free agency, freedom of choice? Like, he's like, well, what's gonna happen is like people who pick individual stocks, like individual stocks can go down, bro. Did you know that? I'm a CPA, so individual stocks can go down. Like, I assure you. Like, yeah. And so you should never buy individual stocks. Okay. Because individual stocks go down. And then you get wrecked, bro. You get wrecked. Like, yeah. So do you think somebody is investing in a $300 in-depth research report that only a fucking complete SoFi nerd would want to read if they weren't already going to invest in individual stocks? You think that's like a first day person? They're like, maybe I should buy a mutual fund. Maybe I'll put my money into a strawberry lemonade. No. I'll tell you what, maybe I'll pick individual stocks. And, while I'm having this conversation with myself on this bus stop, not on the internet, maybe I'll buy SoFi because it's so risky and so speculative. And maybe it'll drop by 90%. I'll get wrecked. And then, but, continuing this, maybe I'll find this guy on YouTube, this Canadian kid, and maybe I'll, without any thought and without ever having bought a stock before in my life, I'm just going to invest in this course. It's like the logical fallacies pile up faster than a fucking cow taking a shit on my head on the SoFi stock. But anyway, guys, I digress. Let's get a price check. Let me get you a check of the short interest. I know I've been rambling forever, and I do apologize, guys. I beg 1,000 pardons, sir. 1,000 pardons. But I mean, guys, there's always room for disagreement. So I don't know. But I just believe in freedom of choice, free agency. Like, you're not scamming anyone. You're not forcing anyone to buy anything. It's not like you're trying to pump some worthless coin and then, it's like a pump and dump where somebody's trying to like sell you some course and pump something and then dump all their shares on you and leave you holding the bag. That's not it at all. I mean, if you watch Tanner and his associates, like he's clearly long SoFi. He clearly really likes the stock for very fundamental reasons. Like, you don't even know how to read financial statements, bro. You don't even know. Like, well, I kind of do. I go pretty in depth. Like, well, you're not a CPA though. Like, yeah, granted. Like, what's your point? Why do you keep repeating that? Anyway, it's so stupid. But anyway, guys, so I don't know what happened to my SoFi quote. What the hell? Something's going on with my computer. So SoFi is down all the way to 757, down 18 cents. Really, really hitting the stock. Wow, that is just horrible. What just happened? Yeah, ripping. Yeah, Nvidia ripping. The Egyptian magician. Oh my God. Oh God, I barely remember that one. He's like, I forget what happened. I remember the voice. He's like, oh, something, a tiger attacked him. Ah, God, I can't fucking remember. But anyway, guys, let me just get you the live short interest because I know a lot of you guys, that's the only reason you're watching this shitty show. So today, guys, it's got to be a lot. Yeah, 9 million net borrowing. So heavy, heavy borrowing. Um, More borrowing yesterday, more borrowing all week. If you look at the short volume ratio, 123, it was all the way up to 54%, which is, in my recollection, the highest it's ever been, with the exception of this one day on 111. So, guys, it's the witching hour. We got 111, and now we got 2424. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know how to explain it, but let me get back to this because it's critical. Deposit growth. This is Discover, SoFi, Ally, Lending Club. Look at Discover. You see this peak, this huge reduction, and then back up. Um, Lending Club is fairly consistent, but falling off. Ally falling way, way off. Obviously, Ally just had a really good quarter, so this is again back from November. But SoFi, just extremely consistent, and that accelerated. So, loan sales, again, they go through this. You can read this if you want, but tech platform. This is okay. So, I really would have liked to see more growth here. The only tiny nitpick about the earnings, and that's true, but tech is key. So, it's not a tiny nitpick, it's an important nitpick. However, something that absolutely exploded this quarter was the contribution margin in the tech platform segment. Look at the trend here, guys. Q2, Q3. If this keeps going up, because this has been stuck, guys. This has been stuck down under 10%. The contribution profit, contribution margin. Last quarter, it jumped up all the way over like 12%. So it went from like 8% to 12% in one quarter. What if that trend continues? Not saying it will, but what if it does? What if that gets all the way up, much, much higher? That affects the math, guys. What's going on, Yukeko? How's everybody doing? Mm. Ah, guys, if you haven't seen my tile, it is Jamie Dimon wearing a turd hat, bowling the parrot's head towards some SoFi pins. Because if you remember, the parrot's call on January 2nd set all this in motion. And, maybe it's his honest opinion on the stock. I don't know. He has obviously the freedom to say whatever he wants. And, his opinion is just as valid as anyone's. Maybe SoFi will go down. Certainly entirely possible. You guys could all get wrecked. You guys could all get wrecked. Like, yeah, like nobody knows stocks can go down. Like nobody gets it. You're the only one who gets it. I love people who like latch on to very obvious concepts and then sort of repeat them as if they just kind of, discovered gold or something. Like you're saying something that is entirely obvious and apparent to every single person who, is watching his channel. So, like, who are you talking to? Like, nobody's buying this out of a kindergarten class. Like, people are buying this are like super SoFi nerds who already own a bunch of it and have for fucking 2 years. Like, babes in the woods who need Captain Savaho to come in and defend them while scratching us, scratching his like skin infection. Like, okay, thanks for gracing us with that fucking appearance. Jesus H. Christ. I mean, not that I'm any prize, but at least I put it was just funny. It was good. Well, I don't know. It was just like so cringing. I just couldn't stop watching it. I was like, I want to turn it off, but it's like, Jesus, why am I watching this like a fucking train wreck? Anyway, SoFi is guiding. Listen to this, guys. Guidance. This is basically the key. And this is what I want you to take from this bullshit show if you take nothing else. Um, what's up, guys? What's up, Roland Dubs? Um, SoFi is guiding for a monster Q4. And this is what Tanner was saying is like, how do they get there? He's like, I don't know. It's a big leap. Listen to this. If you take the midpoint of their guidance, you'd have a quarter with revenue 575 million and adjusted EBITDA of 140 million, which right there, the midpoint of their guidance from the last ER equates to an EPS of 2 to 3 cents. Wall Street expects 563, and again, this is a little bit out of date. This has been adjusted, as analysts make adjustments. But as a public company, SoFi has never missed on their guidance. Their current guidance is already a significant double beat. Analyst estimates for the entirety of 2024 are that the company makes 4 cents EPS. That's since been adjusted up to like 6 cents. And then they've adjusted revenue down to like 2.46. So that shows you even analysts know the margins are going to get better because they're calling for more profit on less revenue. So fuck you guys. Fuck. Sorry. That was a gaffe. That was a gaffe. Don't put that online. I'll write it and we'll do it live. We'll do it live. Okay, guys. That was my uncle, Bill O'Reilly. That's how I got this show. No, but that was a funny clip. He's just freaking out, and there's like an outtake, and his producer's like fucking him over. He's like, "Fuck you guys." but I knocked my glass. So these are different glasses, so I'm used to like scratching my head with all my weird ticks, and like these I actually always knock off. So and then often the lens pops out of these, which is just so convenient anytime you clean them. America's best. I don't know, guys. Glasses like mattresses is not somewhere you want to go cheap. Trust it from your old cheapskate buddy, Danny Deals. And guys, I would be remiss at this point, and I have been remiss, and many other shortcomings. It is next level, Odysseus. Yeah, thank you. Sorry guys, it's filthy glasses because I can't clean them because the lens will come out. Guys, it's un poco mas, and what that means, if you're just dumber than hell, it's like Llewellyn Moss said, like I'm fixing to do something dumber than hell, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Um, if you're just dumber than hell, and you probably are if you're tuning in, um, thank you. And it's un poco mas. We try to give you just a little bit more for Danny Deals, who is moi. Hurricane Lopez, Stock Karen, and our in-house moderator, fixer, our Michael Clayton, not a lurker. You all know him. You all love him. He's the guy with the wrench in the chat. And if you fuck around, you're going to find out. He's going to take that wrench and go upside your fucking dome. And then Klaus Bohm is going to drag you outside, take you back to the Midwest, and just give you a old-fashioned can of whoop ass. He's going to open up a can. When I first met Klaus, he'd been, very intelligent man, retired engineer, but an amateur boxer. He gave me the beating of my life, but we've been good friends ever since. So, see Klaus, give him a wide berth. He's a nice guy, great investor, but he's got a fucking sick left jab. That's why this eye doesn't, if you notice, this eye is a little bit droopy. That's from that Klaus Bohm left jab. It's fucking brutal. But anyway, nice guy. Just don't talk about his parrot. He doesn't like it. See, when you start talking, my parrot gets the idea you might be talking about him. Like, now, Klaus, he didn't mean nothing by it. He's like, sorry. I apologize to my parrot. Okay, Klaus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry. Your parrot's named Michael? Yes. Anyway, guys, that's an aside. Klaus never actually beat me up, so that's a libel. Don't sue me, Klaus. It's not financial advice. I just make up things because my brain is broken. Okay, so guys, back to this article. I don't know what I was talking about. The current guidance already is significant double beat. So this is a little bit out of date, like I said. If they already earn EPS of 2 cents in Q4 and then they guide for growth in 2024, they'll be way above. So guys, that's why not only we're going to get the triple beat again. It's as plain as day. Noto's setting this up. What are you guys, fucking stupid? You guys have shit for brains? As for revenue, assuming they hit 575 million revenue in Q4 2023, they have to grow revenue by 25 million per quarter in 2024 to analyst estimates. And this goes back to what the stock goat was saying the other day. And his assumptions were incredibly conservative, and they're still going to just crush estimates for this year. It's so obvious. You're so stupid. Even a caveman could know this. Since Q4 2021, their absolute revenue growth per quarter, 42, 34, say blah, blah, blah. That means they've averaged 36 million the last 2 years. Even a drop-off in revenue from what they've been doing the past 2 years is enough to hit analyst estimates. And guys, they added 10% more, like 11% to their total membership just last quarter. Those people are working. And then they're adding heavily in October. Those people are working through November and December. When people are new, they're active, guys. When people are new, they're doing student loan refis. They want to be there. They're providing revenue. They're providing products. Why is customer acquisition costs falling so rapidly the last 2 quarters? Will that continue? I don't know. I'm simply a caveman. Sometimes when I'm cruising down the 405 near Mulholland, I just want to jump out of my BMW and run off into the hills or whatever. But I don't have that luxury. So I'm here to hold the Petrochemical Association liable for their injury they've caused to Mr. Gutierrez. He's like, the caveman lawyer. That was just a funny skit. I think that was Phil Hartman. Rest in peace. God, I love Phil Hartman. What a hilarious guy. Anyway, guys, and then he starts speaking Spanish. He's like, amigos y amigas. Fucking hilarious. Even a drop off, so they've been doing the past few years. My expectation for the company is that they beat their own guidance, hit gap profitability, and their guidance for next year is a significant beat relative to analyst expectations. I don't pretend to know what will happen to the stock, but if SoFi keeps executing the way they have been, at some point the market will be forced to re-rate the company. I can be patient. Hello? Hello? Guys, that's oak. That's American oak. These are the original floors. These were here when I moved in. I just refinished them. I just sanded them down. Sounds like a Mercedes door close, an 80 Mercedes. That's solid. That's rock solid, guys. And I do know what's going to happen because my crystal balls are fucking huge. So I'm not afraid to make a call because I don't fucking care if you unsubscribe or if I'm wrong. Oh, big deal. I was wrong. So I'll keep holding the stock anyway. You know? You guys. Judge me. You don't know me. It's like fucking Jerry Springer, like teenage girl, like pregnant. Like, anyway, guys. Thumbs down from Air Force. You got it. What's up, Heirloom Cedar? I got to get off this live. I got a bunch of stuff to do, but guys, the people who know more than me, they're calling it, man. They're calling it. These expectations don't make it's almost like analysts and the industry are in the bag for SoFi and they're flipping. Because why are they setting expectations this low when management is telling you what it's going to be? So it's almost like they're helping us set up this giant beat, but they're holding the stock down. So like, okay, if the stock's at $8 going into earnings and it pops 20%, you're only at $9.60. But if you start from like 10.50, 11, you're already up in the teens. So you got to start from the start. It like the pop might not matter as much as where you start and how they've set things up. Make no mistake, guys, we only have about 40% smart money. So I got to go to my notes. I'm going to go through this super fast because I just never shut the fuck up and I'm losing my voice already. Guys, back to the Un Poco Moss tile. Again, this is Jamie Dimon wearing a poop hat and bowling the parrot's head at some bowling pins that are representative of SoFi. And that's why they are in light blue. And you see the SoFi logo. This is yours truly, Danny Deals. You notice the rotund belly, the cash. These are different glasses, but I'm giving the thumbs up. So I don't know. These tiles are so stupid. But guys, Max Payne is $8. So look for this thing to come back up a little bit. They're not going to go in here. I don't see it. They're not going to go in this deep. They still have only 2 days left, but God, they're really looking to kill 750. I mean, I guess they're just going to kill options to the end, and they're just not scared of this ER, or they're hedging enough to, make this work. But God, this is a dangerous scam. This is a low valuation, guys. 7.26 billion for a company. I think we're going to do close to 2.8 billion this year. I mean, you're under 3 times, way under. And we're going to grow 30%, guys. I mean, hear me now, believe me later, doubting Thomas. But when these numbers come out, you're going to see I'll be fucking right. And everybody else can take the fucking walk. Losers take the walk. And I'm going to win in the end on this fucking stock. Maybe it'll go down 90% and I'll get wrecked. Yeah, maybe. Maybe the sun won't rise tomorrow. Maybe we'll get hit by a giant fucking meteor. We all know stocks can go down, assholes. Don't tell me my business, boy. It's all ball bearings these days. Bleeding like a sieve. Go through 9 of these suits a day. I agree with you, Klaus. Anyway, guys, I don't really know where I was going with anything on this live stream, but I was just going to go through my notes super quick. So to get from, I'm just doing some napkin math, but to get from 40% to 60% institutional, which is where we need to be, they got to pick up about 200 million shares, guys. And so these little piddly buys, we're seeing 90 grand, 60 grand, that ain't shit. Kathy Wood, Aunt Kathy, either come with some real money or stop trying to grab headlines with your little no makeup look and you're, trailing around Elon like a fucking puppy dog. I just can't stand it anymore. Give me some fucking performance or shut the fuck up. So anyway, that's one thing. And so to get from 3 cents just to 1 cent, we need 40 million. It's going to happen, guys. Look at data-driven invest numbers. I'm not smart enough to understand it. Last 3 quarters, the trends, customer acquisition costs, new members, revenues, up, up, up. If those 3-quarter trends continue to Q4, which has been historically amazing, 5 cents is not off the table. It's not out of the picture, and I'm not crazy. Um, and I think you guys already knew that. I'm just a little out there, but I'm not crazy. In any case, guys, hamster manito. Um, Hello, Princess J. You're probably not watching because you're very busy and you're very, very important, especially to me. But if you are, I love you, sweetheart. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I thank you about 20 million times for your support and encouragement to make this stupid channel. And without that, I would not have done it. And I think that's kind of a, blessing in disguise, maybe. Silver Linings Playbook. But anyway, guys, Princess J, you're the absolute best. And let me get through my notes, sweetheart, with your permission, of course, just like everything I do, with your permission. SoFi, um, SoFi is investable because you know the time frame. Growth is predictable. There's a baseline, and that's the bank, and then there's that wild card that gives you the tremendous upside, and that's the tech. So you get the best of both worlds. You get conservative value, and you get powerful growth potential. All right, and then you got Topper, which is a fat guy, Topolinsky. Okay, so then you've got big banks. I don't know what the hell. I can't read that. Powers that be. Okay, they criticize SoFi. Valuation. I just went over the value. It's fucking way undervalued. Risk. There's not that much risk. Look at the goddamn growth. Look at the businesses they're in. Banks are not that risky. Chartered banks were like, well, chartered banks go bankrupt. Yeah, for different reasons. SoFi does not have that exposure, so let's at least be intellectually honest. Fucking morons. Okay, growth. The growth is tremendous. I'm not even going to go over this again. Leadership. I don't even need to talk to you guys about fucking leadership. I got 2 words for you bitches. Anthony to the fucking Noto. You, mic drop. That's it. That's all I got to say. If you don't know what that means, you shouldn't be here. Okay, leadership, the sector. They're in a great sector. They make money when the interest rates are high. They bring in a lot of deposits. They pay a lot of interest. They're making a lot of net interest income. When interest rates go lower, it's going to stimulate a tremendous amount of demand. They do well in both up and down and flat markets. They just do well because they're taking market share and they've built the better mousetrap with better eventual margins and a better cost structure because they're native digital. They own the fucking tech stack and they don't have a bunch of branches and legacy costs. It's that simple. And they execute. They have a better plan, a better model, and they execute better. It's that simple. Bing, bang, boom, fucktard. Okay? I've had enough. I got to get off this live stream. Okay, so what else do I have on here? Okay, if you control the starting line, you control the range of possible outcomes. Okay, so what is ATL? Okay, so I'm predicting a massive beat. If it's bad, if we lose money, we're going to all-time lows, folks. And this is the point that the CPA guy actually makes, which is very, very smart and very on point, and you should all listen. And that's that stocks do get wrecked. And you should not put money into individual stocks if you're not ready for like a black swan event. And most of you aren't. Most of you are kind of wide-eyed morons. And so SoFi can go way down. Now, it's not going to be this ER. They would have warned this ER is going to be good. But if you invest in individual stocks, know the risks, be diversified. That is a good point, you know. And whether or not any particular person beats the market picking individual stocks, I'm not able to say. I know I do. I mean, I'm fucking living the dream, guys. I'm living my best life. And I'm up a ton of money on SoFi. And that's not even counting all the money I made on covered calls. I mean, just on my account, I'm up a ton of money. Like, my average cost across all my accounts is like maybe a hair over 6. And then I've doubled my money at least. I've been selling fucking calls to just dumbskis for years now, it seems like. Anyway, guys, most of you have left because you're a bunch of turds, and I could totally understand this live stream has been absolutely painful to watch, like a slow motion car wreck. There's Max Payne at 8. You guys can see that. Let me give you one more check of the live short interest, 9.23, flattening out net on the day. So huge, huge borrowing on the day. Let me just get you a quick look at the options because something is interesting. The options were looking extremely bearish there for a minute, but then today the action came in actually to the green. So I think we're seeing, some of these turds like hedging that downside risk. Sorry, Ortex is fumbling on me, but if you look at this, basically last week, the options were primarily bearish, and then today and yesterday the bets were coming in quite a bit more on the bullish green side. But I don't know, guys. This thing is not loading for whatever reason. Hopefully my interweb didn't go out and you turds are still here. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. It's a SOFI stock, of course, getting punched in the nuts on the day. Coming back up a little bit now. This is very, very similar to the chart we've seen. But guys, this is a pure SOFI. Pure mountain and hump with an end of day recovery. I mean, God, it's textbook. These guys do not let go, and this algo is dumb, and I don't know what it's accomplishing. I don't think retail investors are getting stopped out or dumping here. I mean, they didn't get it down below 750, so I'm just not sure what's going on here, guys. I mean, are they going to go in this with their noses wide open? Are they going to go this deep into the ER? I mean, come on, this thing popped over 11. I know it's not going to, and that's what I mean by who controls the starting line really matters, because on its best day, it'll probably pop about 20% and then come back. So if you start from 750 or 8, you just can't go that high no matter how good the ER is. Unless we start to get a squeezer. And I don't mean in your chonies, guys. I mean, actually, the shorts really have to start to cover because the growth and the profit and everything is just that good that it overwhelms all the FUD and actually gets through. Guys, my name's Danny Deals. It's un poco mas. You weak-kneed, paper-handed turds. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. I do hate you guys, but I am somewhat fond of some of you for Hurricane Lopez, Not a Lurker, Stock Karen, and the rest of the turds in the background, and for my squeaking chair. We can't help but think my squeaking chair an integral part of my broadcast team. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you have a great day, and you continue to get kicked in the nuts. All your investments go down in a green market, and you just smash your head in your desk drawer and then hit yourself with your stapler because you're just a big moron, and there's nothing I can do to help you. But I can say have a great day from your buddy Danny Deals. Peace. I'm out.